What's up, YouTube? I am going to do a video and answer the question, should you become an Uber driver? First things first, I would really appreciate if you watch my video and you decide you want to become a driver for Uber. There is a link underneath the YouTube video you're watching right now where you can click on that link and you're going to get a referral bonus from me for becoming a new driver with Uber. Cool thing is, once you become a driver, the only way for new drivers to get this referral bonus is to be referred by another Uber driver. So it will help you in the sense that you'll get a nice bonus in addition to whatever you're going to earn driving for Uber. And it'll help me a little bit because I get a little referral bonus in addition to the $2,000 bonus that you're going to get for signing up to become a new driver with Uber. This bonus is available even though I drive in Tampa, Florida in the United States. You can literally drive in any city in the United States, any city in the world, and this referral bonus that you're going to get through the link that you clicked on the video through works anywhere in the entire world, in any city in the world. So it's going to vary a little bit in some major cities like New York City, San Francisco, Los Angeles. You're going to get higher than a $2,000 bonus. The $2,000 bonus is for Tampa, Florida, and I've heard a lot of the other cities are around that $2,000 mark for the referral bonus. Like I said, if you're in a major city like New York City or somewhere in California, your bonus may be higher than than the $2,000 that I mentioned. So let me get into my experience driving with Uber and why I recommend it. I've been driving for Uber for about 5 years. It's definitely something that I enjoy doing. Obviously, I wouldn't have been doing it this long if I didn't enjoy it. Some aspects of Uber that I think are really great. Biggest thing for me personally, why I enjoy driving for Uber is I can do it on my own time. I work a full-time job from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. every day. And when I get out at 11 o'clock, I'll go home, I'll eat, relax around the house for a little while. And I usually go out a little bit after midnight and drive for Uber. Uber's really great in the sense that it's the most popular rideshare app by far of any app as far as people who use the app. There's a lot of riders on the app. I live in a small town south of Tampa, Florida. The town is pretty small, and I constantly get back-to-back rides in my little town driving for Uber. That's one thing that I think really differentiates Uber from their strong competitor Lyft. I have nothing negative to say about Lyft. I actually use both apps, I want to say, simultaneously sometimes. Or, I'll use them. I may use one app and then another app. So I'm a driver for both apps. So I have nothing bad to say about Lyft. Lyft has a lot of positive attributes, but the one thing that I really appreciate about Uber is if it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I can't get a ride on Lyft, Uber always has rides available. There's always people looking to be picked up from somewhere with Uber, just because there's probably about 3 times as many people who use Uber than use Lyft. So I mean, if my goal is to give back-to-back rides, Uber is the one I always go with. It's just more people that use it. So I would say that's a huge positive and definitely a reason I recommend maybe considering this is the only app that you use. The maps have really improved over time. Uber has their own maps. Takes a little bit of getting used to learn how to use them, but it's really simple. They're pretty similar to Google Maps. I wouldn't really say that you will have any trouble using their map system. I definitely would recommend staying with the maps that Uber gives you. Don't They allow you to use Google Maps is like where it kind of it's not the primary map system, but you can use Google Maps and get around from ride to ride using Google Maps. But I don't like how it jumps you out of the Uber app and then to use the maps, and then you got to jump back into the Uber app in order to complete your ride and stuff like that and accept your new ride. So it kind of jumping back and forth and using one of the third party maps like Google Maps, or I think they allow you to use Waze or something like that too. I definitely would recommend sticking with the maps that come with Uber because they've improved to the point where they're pretty much the same as Google Maps. So just stick with if I could give a piece of advice, stick with the map system on Uber when you're driving for Uber. The app's really cool. It allows you to get a lot of different driver bonuses if you're willing to give a lot of rides. You can pick different quests where like you can say that you're going to give at least 3 rides in a night, and then that'll give you a driver bonus. At least 20 rides in a week, you'll get another driver bonus. There's all these different ways that you can bonus on top of what you're making for each individual ride. And these bonuses really add up and help you make extra money. Obviously, they give you an opportunity to refer friends. I definitely recommend trying to do that through a YouTube video like what I'm doing, or better yet, refer some close friends that you have to drive for Uber. So you can make a little bit extra money referring people in addition to what you're going to make on the app. Those are primarily the things I love about driving for Uber. Just the consistency of rides, because there's so many more people using the app, and it outpaces so many of the other rideshare apps. There's more than one popping up in addition to Lyft. I think there's a new one on the market now, but they just don't have near the number of people. Uber's like a name that everybody knows, and that's the reason that in the way you make money on these apps is by always be during the hours that you decide to jump on the app and work, you want to be giving rides back to back to back, and that's what Uber gives you. You're going to see the money add up if you're not sitting around between rides. You never want to be like, hanging out for 20-30 minutes and then pick up another ride, because then you only gave a couple rides in a matter of a couple hours. So it's better to be hitting back to back to back rides, and then you're going to, the money's going to rack up a lot faster for you. I'm going to give you guys a few tips a little bit outside of actually the app, just things that you should do in your car in order to make a rider's experience more positive. Obviously, Uber always tries to get people to give the drivers a tip. If they rate you a 5-star rating, Uber will suggest, and obviously you want to keep your rating high, you want to have a 5-star rating from all your passengers, you want to make sure they have a positive experience, and once they give you that 5-star rating, Uber will prompt them to, say basically, you rated your driver a 5 out of 5, if you're willing to give them a tip, Uber kind of prompts the riders to give you a tip. So they've been great with encouraging people that you give rides to tip you in addition to the ride that you just gave. And I've gotten some really great tips by doing a couple simple things. One of the big things that I do is I make sure that my car is always clean. That's really important. I always keep some nice smelling wipes around my car. I'll wipe down everything to make sure it always smells nice, for people getting out of there, and things are sanitized well, like door handles and stuff like that. And people have said they appreciate that. I make sure I vacuum my car at least once or twice a week after people have been in and out of it. Make sure my car is always smelling good and looking good. That really helps people feel like they had a more professional experience. Another thing that I really like to do, I got this little clip that holds my cell phone. Obviously, the app runs off of your cell phone, and I got a clip that holds my cell phone, and I kind of can attach it to one of my air vents in the car, and it kind of puts it up at a level where it's really easy for me to press buttons on the app, on my phone, to kind of accept a new ride, stuff like that. I'm not having to look down in my lap or something like that. I think it's a lot more professional to be able to, be at eye level, and for a safety aspect too, to have one of those little things that holds up your phone. I would definitely recommend that. Another thing, they actually sell through third parties, they sell these little amps that light up in your car if you're going to be driving at night. That's definitely something that I recommend. People that I've given rides to say they really appreciate that they know their Uber ride is there, because I have a lit up thing that says Uber. Anytime I'm on duty, so to speak, I'll keep this amp on, and people know that their ride is there. They say they really appreciate that. They feel it's more professional when I'm pulling up and they can see that it's their ride share and it's there. Trying to think if there's any other, one other tip. I've been driving for Uber for 5 years, and fingers crossed this won't ever happen. It hasn't happened in 5 years, but sometimes I give rides 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and there's some real drunk people that get in my car, and mostly it's just been interesting conversation, but there is the slight possibility that maybe somebody could get sick in your car. I always keep these sickness bags in there in case somebody gets sick in my car, throws up or something like that. Like I said, it hasn't happened to me in 5 years, and hopefully it never will, but I feel it's better to be safe than sorry. It's just another little tip I'd give if you decide to get out there and start doing this job. It's not, like I said, you are an independent contractor, so the thing I love about it is it doesn't feel exactly like a job. Anytime I'm giving rides, whether I'm working all day and I'm one of my days off and working for a 10-hour shift, or whether I am doing it for 2 or 3 hours, I log on and off of the app on my own time. I decide how many hours I'm going to work with this rideshare app, and if I want to take a long break to go grab something to eat, I can do that. Like I said, I do it on a very part-time basis. I do it to supplement my income a little bit, but you could also make a lot of good money driving with Uber if that's your goal. Since there's so much potential to give a lot of rides on the app. There was one time where I decided I had a goal in mind. I wanted to be able to buy plane tickets for my wife and I to take a trip together. And I just decided one day I am going to work the app for the maximum amount of hours that it allows you to work it. I think it's like 14 hours in a single day. So I did a 14-hour shift on the app, and I was able to exceed my goal. I wanted to make $700 because the airline tickets for 2 tickets were $350 each. And I ended up making, with tips and everything, $800 in driving a really long day on the app. And I met my goal in a single day. So, if you want to do this as a full-time job, there's great potential to make great money on the app. $800 in a single day is a lot more than a lot of people make working their job. And you can easily make, with tips, the sky's the limit. If nobody tips you, I still, even counting what I have to put into gasoline in my car and stuff like that, if I get no tips, I can still make at least $20, $25 an hour. It can be a lot more than that if you're treating your passengers well and they're tipping you. and you can really make some good money with the app doing it either as to supplement your income or just doing it as a full-time job if that's your goal. But hopefully I've given you a decent amount of information about the app. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask underneath the video. I didn't go into detail about how the referral bonus is paid out and stuff like that, nor did I go into detail about how to actually use the app, because there are some intricacies to all those different things, but they're looking for smart, intelligent people to become drivers on the app, and I'm sure that that's what you are. So I mean, the sign up process is pretty simple. You're going to have to provide your license, show that you have a vehicle that's not extremely old, and a fairly new vehicle. I forgot exactly how many years old your car can be, but you have to have a newer vehicle. It can't be like some 1981 jalopy. It has to be newer age vehicle, and but the sign up process is so simple. I'm not going to even go into detail about how you sign up for the app or show you how the app works. You should be able to kind of play with it and figure out those things as you go along. Hopefully I gave you enough information about why I feel like it's a positive thing to sign up to become an Uber driver. And like I said, I really appreciate your time today, and click underneath the video, sign up through my referral link if you liked what I had to say about driving for the app. And I really appreciate your time today, and good luck out there if you decide to end up driving for the app. Take care, guys.